Okay, we need to get two things out of the way. Number one is that I apologize that this is the first review in a month and a half. There's not really much I can say about it other than the fact that that's just the way that it happened. The second thing I would say is that The Fairly Odd Parents is a show that most people know about, so I shouldn't really have to explain the show. Except I do, because it's kind of complicated. Now, thank God this episode is not from season 9 or 10, so I don't have to explain it that much. But one thing you need to know is that everything past season 6, for the most part, is rancid and poorly written. Even with that said, however, I still don't think that Add a Dad is one of the worst things that I've reviewed so far. But episodes that explore Timmy's family dynamic, no matter what season, tend to not be that great. Because Timmy's parents are oblivious douchebags, and watching Timmy try to get their approval just makes you feel bad for him. It's impressive when you make an audience feel bad for a character that can wish for basically whatever he wants. But as the seasons go by, any semblance of a character withers away, as the characters basically do whatever the plot wants them to. And that makes it hard to review such a show as later seasons' Fairly Odd Parents, because all you can really say is that doesn't make sense. But let's get on to the actual episode. It starts with all the fathers and sons at a baseball game. And they're really just hammering in how much Mr. Turner likes to spend time with Timmy.
Nothing but nothing should ever stand in the way of spending time with...
Yeah, this actually has the opposite of the intended effect, because you can see this coming from a mile away.
Gotta go! Time for my job as a rocket boot tester. But don't worry, this dad doll will keep you company and dispense fatherly advice. Never look a badger directly in the eyes, Timmy.
So this scene basically happens again at a movie theater and a father-son picnic. So basically in this episode, Timmy is supposed to want the approval of a neglectful father who does odd jobs to get by. Why? The whole in-universe reason that Timmy even has fairies is that no one gives a crap about him, especially his parents. Timmy was being raised by idiots, and that's why he has fairies.
Your dad's trying his best, Timmy. It's not like he can be in two places at once, you know.
Oh, so it's that type of plot. Well, might I remind you that SpongeBob did this plot better twice.
I wish I had a second dad.
Oh yeah, that gives me the excuse to call this the Pride Month special. So Timmy is excited that he gets to play with his new second dad. Except most Fairly Odd Parents follow the slippery slope plot formula, where what Timmy wishes for sounds good at first, and then it turns bad. So?
Hold on. Due to the faulty slingshot, your real dad is going to miss his shift as a matador.
Timmy will have to wish for more dads.
I wish for enough dads so I'll never be without one.
So after that, it shows Timmy with all his dads doing this stuff from the beginning of the episode. This goes south, however, as all the dads begin to start fighting over Timmy. And this is actually a real problem with the episode because it makes it way too cluttered. First, you need to show Timmy spending time with his dad only for it to be squandered, and you need to show that a few times. Then you need to show Timmy wishing for a second dad. Then you need to show Timmy wishing for more dads as the second one fails. But things need to escalate more from that point to Timmy's dads fighting over him. And the thing is that they had the time to do this, but what they do after this is just so stupid. So a few dumb jokes are told with Timmy's mom, and then the fighting escalates to the backyard.
My Timmy!
Finish your sentence. We have no idea what you're wishing for. I'm gonna take a guess. I think he wants more dads.
Will you excuse me? Just 1 second. And they try their hardest to do something with the mom in this episode, and it actually results in a pretty funny scene in the psychiatrist's office, but it just wastes time and is not very fruitful. I'd rather have a more developed plot than the one funny joke we get in this episode. And the dads go to literal war with each other over their son. And it's actually kind of funny in a unintentional way. It's funny in the sense of, holy crap, what are you doing? And Timmy's dad rescues him in a really jarring scene. Like, I don't believe his intent here at all. What's to stop Timmy's actual dad from being on the battleground with the other dads? And there's no other scenes with Timmy's actual dad in them. It's just Timmy's dad doesn't give a crap about him, then he rescues him. To have character development, you must first have development. And as a whole, that's something that this episode really lacks. It could have been a 22-minute special. You would have had time to develop the dads fighting over Timmy, and you would have had time to develop the actual dad's character into wanting to rescue his son. Heck, just add some better humor, and this could have been one of the top all-time Fairly OddParents episodes. And that's why I say that this is a milder variety of bad, because it had potential to be good. So instead of doing what makes sense by just getting rid of all the dads, just one poof away, they decide to move them to their own planet. So Timmy and the Odd Parents are in a spaceship en route to this new planet. And this might be nitpicky, but I really want to know where this spaceship even came from. Just because it's a show with magic and it doesn't mean you can do whatever the heck you want, no questions asked. But anyway, on this planet they notice that the dads are sad, so they decide to give each of them a Timmy doll. Which is a very questionable decision, because if Timmy's dad can be duplicated exactly, why not Timmy? Why not just make as many Timmys as there are dads and put them on this planet?
Oh, now everyone's happy!
Now, you know if a character has to say that it was a plot solved through convenience, not clever writing. And so the episode ends with Timmy and his dad playing outside, and also we find that the mother's subplot is also conveniently solved. And that's Add a Dad. It's not one of the worst episodes of The Fairly OddParents, but I am not reviewing something from seasons 9 or 10 because I just don't have the patience for that right now. But I still thought that this was an interesting thing to show you guys because it fails in a very unique way that not many other episodes do. If, for example, it doesn't tell the stale Crocker jokes, Crocker's not even in this episode. Its problems were with character dynamics and a cluttered plot, which are easily fixable. Thanks for watching, and if there's something that I should review, please let me know what I should review, and please let me know something that I should review as well. Have a good one.